Hello again. We'll be caught up through next week when I get done with this one. And I found my black marker while I was looking for stuff. Okay, we have 2 more letters coming this coming week, assuming nothing gets in the way of me getting there. But the next to last 2 are Qof and Resh. Qof is supposed to be the back of a head. So this would be the face part here, and this would be the curved part in the back. Resh means man. You have Qof and Rosh, and just things kind of blend in together, like you have Yod and Kaf. They can both kind of mean a man, kind of. There is a word in Hebrew, Qof, that's Qof, Holam Vav, Pesofit, and it means monkey or ape. So what I was saying last week is that only thing I can think of as far as bringing those 2 together is that if you're walking behind someone, you're going to see the back of their head when you're following them and when you're imitating them. So it's like monkey see, monkey do. So maybe that's how you can remember what the word Qof means. Resh is head, like I said, or man, and there is the word Rosh, like Rosh Hashanah, head of the year. It can mean a head, this kind of head. It more often refers to something like headwaters, the beginning of something, like in Genesis 1:1, Bereshit. There's that resh in there, at the head of things, at the outset, at the beginning, that kind of thing. Okay, so here is a word, starts with a Qof. Qof, He, Lamed, Kahal. And that means to gather, to come together. And this is one of those words that I think it's really easy to see the meaning from the meaning of the letters. Not all the words work for me that way. Maybe you guys feel like, oh no, it's really obvious. Great, I'm glad it works for you. Sometimes I feel like you have to stretch quite a bit to make the meanings fit. But this is one of them that I think is pretty clear. So there's the back of the head, and it also means to follow. Hey is, hey, look at this. Lamed is the shepherd's crook or the ox goad or something like that. It's the discipline. So, hey, we're following the shepherd, which is what we're doing when we congregate together. So that's Kahal. And if you've looked at our website or know our name, Kehilat, Beit, Lechem. And we're going to get down to Kehilat in just a minute. In the Old Testament, in the Tanakh, Kahal can mean to congregate, or very often it just means congregation. So as you find it, if you feel like it is in the position where a noun should be and not a verb, you're right. Twice, and I can't remember where they are, but there are 2 times in the Tanakh that Kehilah is used for the word for congregation. And it is more commonly used now, but back then it was more often the verb form. But Kehilah, oh, I didn't put the on any of these, did I? Because there's a shva there. Okay. Kehilah, that means congregation. The ah on the end is, and that just went out of focus. Can you guys see? Come on, hello. Come on, phone, you can find me. There we go, okay. The ah on the end indicates a feminine meaning. And this is a feminine word. So if you've studied Spanish or Italian or German or, bunch of words, they have feminine and masculine nouns, and it usually goes along with like the word man is going to be masculine, the word woman is going to be feminine, but there's some bleed back and forth. It isn't always straightforward that way, and it doesn't always mean a girl thing, but the nouns have genders themselves. So Kehilah is a feminine noun, and it has the ah on the end. And that's very similar to English. Like if you have a boy named Danielle, but you're going to name your daughter Daniela, you put the ah on the end. And we see that a lot. Okay, so the plural ending for a feminine noun is ot. You get rid of the hey and add a holam vav and a tav. Kehilot. And that means more than one. It's a plural number of congregations. But in our name, we don't say Kehilot, we say Kehilat. And Kehilat is the construct form, and it means congregation of. You change the ending. Sometimes you'll change vowels in the middle. But Kehilat is congregation of. So when we say Kehilat Beit Lechem, congregation of the house of bread, because Beit is house, Beit is house of. So you have two construct nouns there. Kehilat Beit Lechem, congregation of, house of bread. And let's see. So going on from there, so Rosh, the word, is a masculine noun. I believe that's, oh, no, that's not where it goes. Because since the Aleph only makes the sound of a vowel, or it doesn't have to say anything, if the holem was there, it's Rosh. If the holem is here, it's Rosh. And if you don't have the holem either place, and then you put a vav there with a holem vav, it still says Rosh. All of those will work. So that is a masculine noun that means head. And then if you want to make it plural and it's masculine, it's Rashim. Notice it is not Roshim, it's Rashim. And after a while, some of these things will just get a little bit more automatic for you. And I just realized I had an error on the page that I printed. Okay. So Rosh is head, and it can mean this kind of head, but it also means, like I said, headwaters, origin, something like that. Rishon is another word that comes from the word Rosh, and it means first. And let's see, is there anything? Nope. Okay. In modern Hebrew, you don't have names for the days of the week like we do, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Say Yom Rishon, Yom Shani, Yom Shlishi, Yom Revi'i, first day, second day, third day, fourth day, fifth day, sixth day, Shabbat. So Yom Rishon is first day. That means Sunday. And here is, what's the no, that's not going to work. Okay. I'm just going to put Yom at the beginning so you can just see what it looks like. Have I forgotten anything? I don't think so. Okay. Yom Rishon, first day. That means Sunday. And then one more verb here, just because it had a Qof and a Resh. It's kavar. And one of the noun forms is kever. I found this an easy word to memorize because it means to bury. And when you bury someone, you cover them, you kavar them. And kever is the grave or the tomb itself. Now, this will take a while to write stuff a lot, but I had people sound out a whole bunch of modern Hebrew words. And I fit them all on one page, but I'm not going to be able to do that here. So I'll see what I can do, how far we can get at a time. Put like 4 or 5 up. And there are a bunch of them. And these are all right. Okay. And modern Hebrew does not have vowel markings or dogishes or anything like that. They just have the letters. And it's kind of like in our language when you have O-U-G-H all together, you just have to know the word. Does this mean you pronounce it through? Is it though, rough, bow. It can be all kinds of things. And just because you're familiar with the language and you've memorized all these words, you don't need somebody to explain to you every time. Well, they don't need it in modern Hebrew either. We do. And so I looked up, I know how to pronounce them. I've heard them pronounced. I can find the letters. What I couldn't find is how they would be marked appropriately and perfectly. I did find, by doing a long search, every so often I run across one of these words with vowel markings. And so okay, great. So I put it down. That's only about a third of the words that I'm going to show you. The other 2/3, I did the best I could, but there's more than one way to mark them. Kind of like when I said with the Rosh, doesn't matter where you put the dot, it's all going to say Rosh. So it's going to be that same kind of thing here. There's more than one way to do it. I heard someone tell me one time, always write all the letters, then go back and do the vowel markings. Otherwise, you get things out of order. Let's see. Okay, I'll at least get one more on here. And I had everybody last week try to spend a few minutes just sounding these out, see what they could come up with. Since you don't get the whole list, I'm not going to do that. Like I said, these are all modern Hebrew words. And I did that to practice the pronunciation, because if you recognize the word, then you'll know you got it right. Because all of these are going to be modern nations. There are a couple of them on there, 2 of them, that don't use I didn't put the modern word because they were mentioned in the Old Testament, but by a different name. And so that's what I used, but you'll know those, like this first one, Hodu. That was on another lesson, if you remember it. And it means India, Esther 1:1. Because the noon is a letter that drops out all the time, and there would have been a noon there at one point, or it would have originated there, maybe never pronounced, I don't know. Hondu, which is like Hindu, and you drop the H in English, so you'd have Indu, like the Indus Valley or India. Hodu means India. It also means to give thanks, and it also means Turkey. But anyway, and this one, Qof, Noon, Dalet, Hey, Canada. Canada. This, I think, was the hardest one. V, and you just have the schwa there. Vietnam. Vietnam. This is Poland. Poland. And I'll get a few more, and I think I hear my husband coming, and I'll just tell him, you can't come in yet. I'm still doing this. Maybe I can write a little smaller. A few more in. Oh, I forgot. Oh. There's you up there. And let's see. I can't even figure out what this one is. duh. Okay, and let's see, what else can I put on here? Okay, oh, and this is why I mentioned the feminine and masculine endings on a little earlier. Here is a feminine ending, the oat. Okay. Ein, little yod up there, resh, aleph, kof. E, and whether the dot's by itself or whether it's combined with the yod up there, either way it's going to say E. Iraq. Iraq. Oh, and I lost this one, didn't I? Okay. Peh, because it has a dogish in there. And like I said, in modern Hebrew, you wouldn't have that. You just have to know if it says a P or an F. Peru. Peru. Germania. Germania. Germany. Mexico. Mexico. Bahamot. This is a borrowed word. Like we use matzah in English now, and I could say I ate all 4 of those matzahs by myself, and I would put an S on the end because in English we add S's to make plural. In Hebrew, you add an oat if it's a feminine word. So this is Bahamas, but when you turn it into Hebrew, they put their own type of ending on there. So it's Bahamot. Why does this not even look familiar to me? Oh, duh, that's why. Okay, yes, I should know this one. This is like my favorite country. And it's not Israel. I know, you're supposed to like Israel best. Kenya. Kenya. Japan. Nun Sophie. Yeah, it's one of the letters that has a different form at the end of a word. Japan. There isn't a J in Hebrew, so this is Japan. And I'm out of focus again. Hello, you can find me. There we go. Japan. Let's bring that in a little bit more. Cuba. Cuba. Ru-si, this is the other letter in Hebrew that can make an S sound. Ru-si-a, Russia or Russia. And I'm sorry this is taking so long. Let's see. There's quite a few more to go. Morocco. 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 Let's see. Okay. And I didn't put these in any particular order. They are from all the continents except Antarctica. Aleph does not say anything. Os. And in modern Hebrew, they put two of these together to make like a consonant blend. In biblical Hebrew, you probably would have a little bit of a hint of a sound. Australia. Australia or Australia, as we would say it. And another thing about these countries, a lot of them had Qofs and Reshes in them. So I thought that was a good way to practice some of these letters. That's right, isn't it? Yeah, okay. K-O, ko, and the two dots, Sari makes an A sound, especially when you have a yod after it. It's like our long A. Ko, re, a. Korea or Korea, as we would say. And I'll put one more on here. Same two letters together that you had in Australia. Let's not make a point there. Okay. Pa-ki-stan. Pakistan. Pakistan. Let's see, we're getting there, about 2/3 done. Brazil. 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 And this is the other word that you find in the Tanakh. It won't sound like the way we call the country today. Mitzrayim. Mitzrayim. And you may have heard that and know that that's Egypt. Ha-A-T. Haiti. And after this board, there'll be one more and we'll be done. This should have something out there. Okay. And you should be getting familiar with the Hirik and the yod here, or the Sari and the yod there, or the ah on the end. And the hey on the end, if it makes an ah sound either under this letter or under it itself, either way it's going to be the same thing. It's always going to be this mark. Italia. Oops, forgot to put here. Okay. Lia, I guess is how it would be there. Lia. Or if you had it under here, and like I said, I didn't find vowel markings for them. At least most of them. Lia. A hey and a het are the two letters. I guess also Qof Sofit. There are a few letters that you can have a vowel marking that on the last syllable that the vowel doesn't come after the sound, it comes before the sound. But that's really rare. Like, this would be meets, oh, where's another place? Okay, ra. If you won't find it, Beit, R. This sound will not come before the resh. It'll always come after it, bara. Except at the end of the word with a few letters. Okay, we did a Poland at the beginning. This one's going to be very similar as far as the way you try to pronounce it. Let's see. I'm going to guess. Yeah, okay. This does not have a dogish in it, so it makes an F sound. Finland. 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 And this is not really, if you found our nation on a map that was printed in Israel, it probably would not say this. Was it Aretzat Brit or something like that? United States. But I'm going to put America. Because that's something you would recognize. And I have heard this word, but it's not usually the one that's used for our country. I'm not going to do that. Let's see. America. America. One more. So you should know what this would be. Iran. Iran. And I did this, like I said, you're not going to find these words in the Tanakh, but this was to help you get used to pronouncing the letters and recognizing the vowel markings. I believe that was it. Is there anything that I forgot? Morocco, Russia, Japan, Cuba, Korea. I think that's it. Okay, great. Have a good evening. Thank you. I'll see you all Saturday.